Hey everyone, Shabba Gamer here and welcome back to our next episode of the SWE Universe Mode. This is time for Throwdown, and hopefully we'll do a bit better tonight. I've just realised that my editing program and my recording program's not been working very well over the last couple of weeks. I think I managed to get it all sorted, so hopefully we should be back on track now. Now we're going to start things off here this evening with a little bit of a risk. We're going to go for a 6-man tag match. Let's see if it works. We've got the Usos and of course their father Rikishi taking on the Ascension alongside the Undertaker. Right, I'm regretting this majorly already, putting a 6-man tag match in. I don't want to say what I want to say because it's just going to come across really bad. I fucking hate this game so much. There you go, I said it. It is possibly my least favourite game I've ever played in my entire life. It's just so buggy. Just nothing ever seems... We're so close to the new game coming out, and this one is just still such a state. It's unbelievable, but there you go. Right, previous match that previous matches, the previous one that I've tried to record, they took the turnbuckle pad off the Usos corner, and I sat here for 5 minutes continuously watching an Uso throw Victor into the corner over and over and over again. And obviously because the turnbuckle pad's there, the animation says he doesn't stay in the corner. It just happened over and over and over and over and over and over again. It's just, there's no sort of, you think they'll have like an internal loop counter or something like that when something doesn't work so many times in a row, it would stop it, but evidently it doesn't have that. But there you go. There you go, I suppose. Hopefully this time it's going to work a bit better. If they don't take the turnbuckle pad off, that's going to make it a lot easier, I think. But yeah, I think we might have to give up on 6-man tag matches still. I think we got a bit lucky with the one we did at Dead Man's Boots, and since then I just don't know. I just don't think long term this is a thing we can do. I think on 2K18 possibly, because on 2K18 I believe there's a big upgrade on tag team wrestling and so forth, and a big AI upgrade. So hopefully that will definitely help us out. But at the moment, it's just not. They just haven't got the intelligence. That's the annoying thing. There's just not enough intelligence in the game to really do these sort of matches. It's frustrating, really. Because I would love to use them more, because there's so many fantastic matches we could do. But at the moment, it doesn't seem to work. They really don't. I think that's the first thing we're going to have to do, isn't it? At the first thing we're going to have to do in 2K18 is just try a multi-man match and see how it works. And if it works, if it does work, then we can use them a little bit more. If it doesn't, then it's going to be the same old crap again, but unfortunately. I don't know, it's not too bad. Like, at least they have got the AI to come across and try and... yeah, they've got the AI to try and come across and break the pins and block the pins and stuff like that, which is something that we never had before anyway. And here comes the Undertaker. Here we go. A bit of strength into this match now. And Taker is in control of Rikishi. Was it Taker who chokeslammed Rikishi off the top of the Hell in a Cell back at Armageddon through the bed of the truck? I think it was. I'm sure it was, you know. That broke Rikishi's sternum, wasn't it? He was out for about 6 to 8 weeks. Only a 2 count there. As the Usos did a good job of coming in and destroying the Ascension there, which was pretty good. I don't know. I think because I've had so many problems with this game over the last few weeks, I think it's really frustrating me, but I think we can bring it back. Taking us, sending the Uso over the top of his shoulders. Uso sending Taker into the corner. Taker fighting back now. Getting caught with a jawbreaker by the Uso though. Oh, only a 2 count. Nearly got a pin over bloody nearly got a pin over the Undertaker there, that Uso. That would have been probably one of the biggest pins of his career, I think. See, that was what happened in last match. Because the corner was broken, it was back and forth, back and forth. Holy crap. Are we actually going to see the Usos finish move done with Rikishi instead? Oh my word. That has got to finish the match off, surely. That has got to be the finish of the match. Oh, come on. You just stood there and watched him run past you. That was annoying, that was. That would have been such a good finish of the match. It really would. Taker now stalking the grounded Rikishi. Slowly back up to his face. Takes him up. Tombstone pile driver. Only a 2 count, but I don't know. Was I a bit harsh on this earlier on? Because it seems like the AI for the actual teammate seems to be working pretty well. Undertaker fighting Rikishi back as Rikishi tried to catch him in that corner. Rikishi fighting back or running super kick as well. Bringing in one of the Usos. I don't care which one it is, to be honest. Rolls Taker over for a pin. Only a 2 count. I think Victor got there just in time to break that one up, to be honest. Now dropping a boot right in the chest of the Undertaker as well. Take a big knee strike right in the face of the Uso. And in comes Victor, being caught by Uso straight away though. Victor now taking him up onto his shoulders into a big gutbuster. So I'm doing this sort of just as a test of this match really, because I would like the idea of having Rikishi joined up with the Usos next year on 2K18 in that new draft. And then, if you've been watching my videos for a long time, you'll know something I've done in the past a couple of times is a new ministry led by the Undertaker, having maybe Kane in there as well, having the Ascension as the tag team. And then I've done in the past, I've had a couple of different people actually, but I think the one that I did the best with was Paige. So having Paul Bearer as the manager for all of those groups as well. So Paul Bearer managing the Ascension is pretty cool actually. Match of the up for you planned tonight then. We've got, after this one we've got Rusev taking on Tye Dillanger. Then we've got AJ Lee versus Eve Marie. We've got Mr. Perfect versus Mike Bennett versus Dolph Ziggler versus Umaga in a fatal 4-way United States Championship match. Sorry, for #1 contendership, should I say. And then our main event is going to be Luke Harper versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the 4th place inside the Elimination Chamber at Shabby Mania. Oh wow, are they going to do... They are going to do... they're going to do... Is it... I can't remember what it's called. Is it a Wasteland? It's not called Wasteland. It is Wasteland. Undertaker and Connor hitting Wasteland. Victor in. Oh, referee, why? What is up with this fucking game? Referee just stood there and stared at the pin for like 4 or 5 seconds before actually decided to start count, or even moving, let alone start counting. Oh, the AI is awful. It's absolutely just terrible from so many different levels at the moment. I don't know what to say, to be honest. I really don't. Up top he is, the Usos, lining up the Undertaker. Big shoulder block. Now send him into the far corner. Taker catching them into that belly-to-belly slam. It looks like the Usos are really dominating the Undertaker here for a moment. Uso bringing Taker back up to his feet now. Into the corner he goes. We're going to see another big splash? No. Taker fighting through with the boot. Completely misses the punch. How does that even happen? With AI versus AI, surely the intelligence is there to know when you're too far away from your opponent. Like it goes over the top of both Rikishi and the other Uso. Again, the referee. Wow, it's so slow, the referee. Oh, just finish this fucking match, please. God, just finish this match. Both members of the Ascension are down on the ground. If the Usos can get the pin now, they can get this one won, but... Front Chancery now. Dragging Taker across to the corner once again. In comes Rikishi. Scoop slamming. I mean, what is... Oh, wow. Butt drop. And there we go. Rikishi picks up the win over the Undertaker. Yeah, 6-man tags are just not going to happen anymore in this game, I'm afraid. It's just not going to... It's just too... It's more hassle than it's worth to try and even do it. It really is. It's like I've got a full show here to do tonight, and I'm already an hour's recording. And this match has only been about 10-15 minutes. So it's just not... It's not worth it for anyone, is it, I don't think. It's just a combination of everything. It's the AI of the people involved. It's the AI of the referee. It's just the AI of everything altogether just does not compute. I think with 6 people in the ring, there's too many variables that can go wrong. I think that's the main thing. I think there is a perfect world where things can work, but when there's too many variables to go wrong, yeah, it's a bit too much of a problem, isn't it? And there we go. That was the butt drop there by Rikishi. By the way, the Uso just didn't even bother trying to stop the Victor. The Victor was too slow to get across. But there we go. The Usos and Rikishi with a big victory here against the Undertaker and the Ascension, which means it's going to get these guys some points that they can take forward into 2K18. And we're going to see them again. We'll probably see Undertaker again, at least at the pay-per-view, I'd imagine. And here is our next match of the evening, and it is going to be Rusev taking on Tye Dillinger. And here we go. Oh, God. Well, I apologise. At that last match, I got far too salty for my own good. I've had to have a bit of a break in between recording that last match and this one. The game has just frustrated me so much over the last few days. It really has. But there's not long left. I just hope that 2K18 is going to be a much more stable version. If 2K18 is a much more stable version with better AI, then I think I'm going to enjoy it so much more. Because I do like this game. I like it because it is exactly what I want to do, but at the same time, it doesn't work as it's supposed to work half the time. That's what frustrates me about it. But I think that's it now for our tag team matches. Then we've got a singles match here, singles match next, a fatal 4-way, and then of course a singles match in our main event as well. So we should be fine from here on in. No more dodginess anyway. So Rusev being joined to the ring by Lana, the ravishing Russian. Rusev is going to be he's going to be taking on Tye Dillanger one-on-one. It's an interesting one. Both guys sort of at the moment desperate for wins really. Tye, it's just not gone his way since he moved up onto the main roster. I don't think, although the crowd are really high on him, I don't think Vince was, and he's just not been booked at all really. I think he's had a couple of dark matches on pay-per-views and I don't know, crap like that, but he does not seem to have been given the proper run yet. And Rusev is being, I don't know what's happened to Rusev, he's being just treated so badly to try and put over Randy Orton at SummerSlam. Like Randy Orton needs putting over. He lost a couple of matches in a row at pay-per-views and WWE panicked and gone, crap, let's give him an easy, quick victory at SummerSlam. No, because that does nothing. All you've done is you've buried another young up-and-coming wrestler that needs to get these big victories against the big names. Like, we were all hoping when Rusev moved to SmackDown he was going to get himself in the championship picture, but instead he seems to be just a bit pushed further down the roster, which is a bit frustrating to me, really. Hopefully we can see some good stuff from Rusev. I know there's a lot of rumours knocking around recently that he's handed in a request for release. Whether that's true or not, I don't honestly know, but I'm hoping it isn't. I'm hoping he gets the proper run. I'm hoping it might just be like a storyline thing where he gets frustrated and asks for his release, and then WWE go out their way to try and do him well to try and keep him around. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Shane O'Mac gives him the opportunity that he's been asking for the championship and this, that and the other eventually. I don't know, hopefully something along them sort of lines is going to happen. And Tye again, I think Tye will be happy. I don't know, will Tye be happy? He's worked in developmental now for 10 or so years. He's finally got his big break on the main roster and he's just not being used, and it's so frustrating seeing the man who was the most over, even without being on the main roster, he was getting chants during episodes of Raw and SmackDown. He was so over across the whole company, and onto the main roster, and all of a sudden they've just parked him in the middle of nowhere and forgotten about him, and it's a little bit frustrating. I want to see some more of him. I do want to see some more of him, and hopefully we can get that. Of course, former United States champion in SWE, held the belt for about 3 or 4 weeks, I think. 2 weeks, I think it was. There you go, the bell is there, and we are underway. Tye Dillanger versus Rusev, probably quite similarly ranked, stats-wise, in the rankings. I'm not 100% sure. I think they're pretty close. Again, there's not a lot of difference between a lot of people yet on the game, is there? We haven't been going too long in Season 2, but we're getting there with ranking points. And of course, the ranking points will move forward into 2K18 as well. All the new people on 2K18 will start off with 100. Everybody else will bring their ranking points forward from this game into the new one. So that's why it's so important that even if you're not doing too well in this one, you're not involved in the championship picture, and you want to just forget about this and start again from scratch, you can't, because your ranking points do count into the new game. So you need to try and, it's a way to try and push these guys into just trying their hardest to get us a few more points in the bag before the end of the universe, really. Because of course we've got Shabby Mania coming up for you in a couple of weeks' time. The new game comes out pretty soon as well, doesn't it? Oh god, I'm looking forward to that so much. Really looking forward to the new game coming out. Especially since we're going to get the new roster. Of course, we haven't had the third roster reveal this week, but I'm away at the moment, so I've not seen the roster reveal. I'm recording this a little bit earlier than normal, just so I can make sure I get it uploaded for you before or while I'm away. So yeah, I'm hoping that third roster reveal was quite a good one, because the first 2 roster reveals were a lot of people we already had on the game, so it wasn't really that much of a surprise. We got Sanity, as Lana here distracting Tye Dillinger. We got Sanity, which was a nice, well, I wouldn't say a surprise, but Soy Fulton was a nice surprise, added to Sanity. We got Bobby Roode, we got Ember Moon, we got Mickie James, again, no surprises there. I just want to try and get some of the people that we're not sure on. The likes of Aleister Black and Drew McIntyre, I'm not sure on because of their late debuts. Ruby Riott, I'm not sure on because of her late debut. The Hardy Boys, I'm not sure on because of their late debut. I want to start seeing some more people like that, to be honest. Rusev sending Tye into the ropes, bringing him back and sending him over his shoulders. Big boot in the back as well. As Lana just throws a chair into the ring. Tye Dillinger with a pin. 1, 2. Lana just staring right into the face of Tye, and Tye just staring straight back there with the pin. Tye now twisting the head of Rusev and slamming him back of the head first into the mat. Rusev just stamping on the back of the the back basically of Rusev and slamming him into the mat face first. And again, Lana just distracting Dillinger enough to allow Rusev a chance to get back up to his feet, and Rusev does take Dillinger down. Referee being distracted by Lana as well. There's the pin. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Referee finally disposing of that chair, but Rusev now in control. I don't think he's going to mind too much. Well, there we go. Dillinger fighting back. Tye has taken the knee pad down, looking for the tiebreaker. The Death Valley Driver neckbreaker. Referee distracted by Lana. Not able to get the pin. But now Tye working that leg over. Oh, that looked painful, that. Rusev wincing in pain as Tye Dillinger dropped back onto it. Rusev fighting back, went for that big clothesline. Tye avoided it, and Lana has been ejected from ringside. Saito suplex by Tye Dillinger. Now is his chance, Tye. With Lana out of the picture, can Tye Dillinger pick up the win? There's the big knee strike. Rusev busted open. 1, 2, and 3, and there we go. Tye Dillinger picks up the victory over Rusev. And he probably would have done it a lot quicker if it wasn't for Lana's placement around the ring, eh? And look at this pin, look, just staring into the face. Lana and Dillinger. Rusev here. Obviously, this is well worth a highlight, that neck twist into a pin. Yeah, it was definitely a massive highlight of the match, that was. Here was the tiebreaker. And at this point here, Dillinger thought he had the match won, but Lana distracting the referee. Then the second knee to the face of Rusev was enough to finish him off, as Lana had been ejected from ringside. And Tye Dillinger is victorious here. And he's going to get the all-important ranking points. Turn. Nice. Big win, this one for Dillinger. Like I said, former United States champion, he'll be desperate for some more gold. But of course, he's going to have to wait until Season 3 of SWE for that. So next up, we've got AJ Lee taking on Eve Marie in the women's division. And here we go then. Now, neither of these two ladies are going to be involved in the women's championship picture, I think, in this month, because I already have next week's #1 contendership match lined up based on the ranking points. We've got... What have we got? Oh, it's in 2 weeks' time, not next week. We've got Charlotte versus Nia Jax versus Bayley in a triple threat match. So yeah, that's going to be in a couple of weeks' time. The winner of that will go on to face off against Becky Lynch at Shabby Mania for the Throwdown Women's Championship. But this is a good chance for one of these two ladies. I'm assuming Eve Marie's not going to make it onto 2K18, which is a real sad loss to us all, isn't it, really? But of course, AJ Lee, again, probably won't be on there, so she's going to have to be someone we'll download. And I'm sure we will download her, because she's one of the top female wrestlers to ever grace the WWE ring, so we'll do that. I want to try and bring in a few more women next year as well. I'm thinking along the lines of Victoria, Molly Holly. I'm a big Molly Holly fan. Who else is there? Beth Phoenix, I assume, is going to be on the game as DLC, as part of the Hall of Fame pack. That's what you normally always get. I quite like the look of this Hall of Fame pack we could get this year, though. Who is in the Hall of Fame this year? Let's have a quick look. WWE Hall of Fame 17. Who made it in this year? It was the Rock and Roll Express, wasn't it? Is that right? Kurt Angle, of course. We know we got him on the game. That's what I'd like that's what I like. Sorry, 2K and Ukes to do. If they're going to add a load of extra legends onto the game, I'd like them to have a look in the Hall of Fame as well, just to utilise some of the people that make a lot more sense. Oh, I need to get rid of that, don't I? Get rid of that because that's not right. And that can shut down as well. Right, Hall of Fame. Let's keep whizzing forward. I'm in the wrong year. 2017. Here we go. Well, is that right? I'm sure we're missing people here, aren't we? This hasn't got the tag team, is it? Okay, well this is missing something, isn't it? Kurt Angle was inducted, Theodore Long was inducted, DDP, Beth Phoenix and Ravishing Rick Rude. So the only person... Okay. So the only person not in the game from that list, of course, is Beth Phoenix. And then the groups were the Rock and Roll Express, Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson. So I assume they might be on the game as well. Which would be nice, actually. It'd be nice if we got those from the beginning rather than having to wait the whole way through till January for the Hall of Fame showcase to be released. It'd be nice if we got that earlier. Also, it'd be nice if we got the rest of... because the Four Horsemen are in the Hall of Fame, aren't they? And of course we've got Arn Anderson on the game. We've got Ric Flair. It'd be nice if we got Barry Windham, Tully Blanchard on there as well. That'd be nice. The Road Warriors are in there. We're going to get Paul Ellering on the game as part of the Authors of Pain, I would imagine. So it'd be nice to get Animal and Hawk back on the game. Maybe some more of the Von Erichs. Be nice as well. Yeah, it'd be some nice few people we could get on the game. The Funks, Terry Funk and Dory Funk Jr. That'd be nice. Get Terry Funk on the game. We could do with that. Larry Zbyszko in the Hall of Fame. What did he ever do? I don't know. There's some weird people in the Hall of Fame, isn't there? There really is. Who else would be cool to have on there? Yokozuna. I'd like to get Ron Simmons and JBL or Bradshaw attire on there. Get them back. That'd be nice. Abdullah the Butcher. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Antonio Inoki would be interesting. $1 Million Man would be good. Coco Beware. These are just people that aren't on the game. Mae Young. Yeah, Mae. Why is Mae Young not on there? You'd think they'd make her, wouldn't you, at some point? Especially with the Mae Young Classic coming up. The original Sheik, Mr. Fuji, Jerry Lawler, Iron Sheik, Nikolai Volkov, Paul Orndorff, Jimmy Hart. Piper wasn't even on this year's game, was he? Sergeant Slaughter, Junkyard Dog. There are some real people missing. Big John Studd I'd take as well, actually. I like Big John Studd, actually. Wasn't Fabulous Moolah a dodgy one, though, wasn't she? No, I think we'll leave her. Wasn't she the one who was trying to pimp out all the female wrestlers? I think we'll have to avoid her, won't we, I suppose? Don't tell me Eve Marie's even going to go close to winning this match. Please don't even do this to us. If Eve Marie defeats AJ Lee here, then we'll have to seriously consider even having AJ Lee in the next game, eh? Oh my god. A standing sliced bread. She could barely even hit one off the top rope, let alone at least standing one. Thank God for that. I don't want Eve Marie to pick up a single victory in this game. I really don't. Eva now stalking AJ Lee. AJ sending Eva into the corner. Just staring her down, dragging her away from the ropes into... Oh, sliced bread of her own. AJ Lee hitting the sliced bread. 1, 2, only a 2. After hitting Eve Marie's own finisher maneuver on her. Now AJ lining Eve Marie up, potentially looking for her own finisher maneuver. There she goes, locking in that Black Widow submission hold. Is Eve Marie going to tap out? She bloody should do. She knows what's good for her. Is Eve Marie going to tap out here? Didn't look like she's going to, actually. She's holding on pretty well. She does, and actually breaks free from the submission, tripping AJ over with the drop toe hold. Eve Marie now snaps suplex on AJ Lee. There's the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Even are stamping on the back of AJ Lee. But AJ taking Eve Marie down. So we need to see from AJ Lee. She needs to lock in that, that submission hold once again. I think the damage done the first time would definitely make it a lot easier for her to finish her off the second. There's the jawbreaker by Eve Marie on AJ Lee. And Eva's actually putting in a decent performance actually today. Both girls going for the dropkick and missing. AJ back up quickest. Sending Eva into the corner. Eva fighting back, sending AJ into a corner. Boot in the chest. And Eve Marie bringing AJ out the hard way. This match has gone a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Not in a good way. Boot in the back of Eve Marie there. Or by Eve Marie, should I say. Running back senton. Where has Eve Marie got this moveset from? It's a bit like when you play as John Cena on this game. Like, John Cena's never done one of those. John Cena's never done one of those. Same with Eve Marie. Eve Marie doesn't even know what these moves are. She doesn't even know they exist. And there's the sliced red. 1, 2. Okay. Well, that's AJ Lee fired. Anybody who loses to Eve Marie gets fired straight away out the game, I think. That's just the way it works, I'm afraid. That's I don't know. I just don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say to this situation. Wait. Yeah. Eve Marie has won, ladies and gentlemen. I feel a bit like when I saw Brock Lesnar defeat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and it just didn't feel right. That's how it feels right now. I don't want to live anymore in a world that is dominated by Eve Marie defeating AJ Lee. It's just not. It's not a. Well, this is the equivalent to Hornswoggle defeating Hatfield Bjornsson in a bench press competition. If you know who Hatfield Bjornsson is, then you're a cool dude. I'm sure a lot of you will know who Hatfield Bjornsson is, but you might not know who he is, if that makes any sense. You will know, if you saw a picture of him, you know exactly who he is, but there you go. Eve Marie wins. And here's our next match of the evening. Then it is going to be a fatal 4-way match, and the winner of this one will go on to Shabby Mania to face off against Samoa Joe for the United States Championship. We've got Dolph Ziggler, Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, of course, Mike Bennett, and the wild card in this one, of course, aligned with Samoa Joe, Umaga. And here we go then. So 4 guys who, I don't know, Bennett's quite new into the roster. Ziggler's done, well, Ziggler's had some opportunities, but all of his opportunities have been fatal 4-ways to get into the United States Championship picture, I think, so can't moan at him too much. Hennig has won a few decent singles matches, but again, never got himself a shot. I don't think anybody in this match has had a shot at the United States Championship. So it's going to be a good one. And that interesting wild card, of course, Umaga brought into Throwdown by the Empire, of course, Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and the Gorillas of Destiny. But if Umaga wins here this evening, he goes up against the Empire Stable's United States Champion, of course, in Samoa Joe. So that is a bit of an interesting dynamic in this match. A very interesting dynamic in this match, actually. And it'd be interesting to see which one of these 4 guys do come out of this one on top, because I think no matter who comes out, it's going to be a very different style match for Samoa Joe. With Mr. Perfect, it's probably going to be a bit more technical and so forth. With Ziggler, it's probably a little bit more high-paced, but agile. Mike Bennett is very much an all-rounder, Mike Bennett, but he's got some good strikes into him as well. And then, of course, you've got Umaga, who's just sheer power. And I think Umaga will be the one that Joe might be a little bit worried of. He's a little bit of a loose cannon. He's part of their stable, like I said, but he's controllable at some points. But when there's a gold at the when there's gold at on the line, will he still be the same man? Will he still be the same man that they can control as part of their stable, or will he turn that loose cannon right into Samoa Joe and destroy him? It's a possibility. So here comes Mike Bennett into the ring. Again, like I said, a man who joined the roster not too long ago, and now he has a chance here to really flex his guns and show us what he can do and get himself into that United States Championship match against... Again, it's very similar to the one we had at Mayhem a few days ago. All these 4 guys really want this championship match. But then again, they've got to realise then they have to face off against Samoa Joe at a pay-per-view, and that is not going to be easy. Joe is a force to be reckoned with. And that force could take over. Now here comes Mr. Dolph Ziggler. Again, like I say, it's not done fantastically well so far, Ziggler. He's been involved in a few of these United States Championship matches, and I think that's been the problem, really. He keeps getting thrown into these pictures, and of course, because they're all fatal 4-ways, when you lose, you just end up dropping more and more momentum, more and more ranking points, and you start to drop into obscurity. I think next time in the new season, we'll have to give him a few more singles matches just to show what he can do. We did have a couple of dark matches here this evening. I forgot to mention those, didn't I? We had Tetsuya Naito defeating Bo Dallas, just a chance for him to build up a little bit more momentum himself. And we also had the Big Boss Man defeat Papa Shango. It's an interesting match as well. So Ziggler stands ready as here comes the 4th and final entrant into this match. Like I said, the wild card, it is going to be Umaga. The man who the Empire believe they control, I would assume, but whether that's the case, I have no idea. Umaga, like I said, are very much a loose cannon. And given the opportunity, would he step aside for Samoa Joe? I severely doubt that. I reckon if there was gold in the line, then Umaga would very much go into business on his own, and Joe would just be a heap left on the ground behind him. It would be an incredible match though, wouldn't it? Umaga versus Joe. That would be an incredibly brutal match. And a match that I actually really want to see, but like I said, like I've said in the past as well, it's all down to the game. Let the game decide who it wants to put in that match. And if it wasn't, it's proof that I don't fix this. The proof is in the pudding in the last match, isn't it really? If I was fixing this, there's no way Eve Marie would have won a match. Especially not against AJ Lee. So the bell goes and we are underway. Knee strike there by Umaga, then gets sent over the top. Right, so it's Dolph Ziggler and Mike Bennett inside the ring, which is quite a nice little match actually. Both guys are on SmackDown. Maybe that's an interesting match that we could see at some point. Both guys, I think Ziggler's come back as a heel though, hasn't he? By the looks of it. So I don't think we'll get to chance to see that at the moment, where Mike Bennett is a heel as well. But you never know, maybe if there's a championship on the line or... But then again, Mike Bennett is somebody who hasn't been treated very well by WWE, but I believe there's a reason behind that. From what I understand, WWE were very disappointed in Mike Bennett because they signed him about 3 months before his debut, and they sort of said that it seemed as such that that Bennett had spent those 3 months sat on his sofa enjoying life rather than actually getting himself in the best shape of his career, ready for his big move. And that's that apparently is one of the reasons why they've not given him the massive push I think they were hoping to give him, really. I don't know, it's a tricky one though, isn't it? Ziggler rolling Bennett over as Umaga, and Mr. Perfect fight on the outside, and Umaga just bullying Perfect to the ground as Ziggler comes in with that big elbow drop. Bennett now, big clothesline, taking Ziggler down. Now Bennett rolling to the outside. Is he going to be the first man to try and find himself a little bit of weaponry as, oh, Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig just sending Umaga straight into the ring steps. Mike Bennett, oh, steel chair straight across the head of Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler with a jawbreaker, completely no-selling that chair shot. I still think there should be certain things that happen that when they do happen, you are unable to reverse straight after, if that makes any sense. Like, for example, if you get hit by somebody's signature maneuver, I think there should be a very, very small, minuscule chance that you could hit a reversal. And the same with a chair. If you've been whacked in the face by a chair, I think there's a very small chance that you should ever be able to reverse straight after that, because you're not selling the damage that's been done, really, are you? Oh, a roll through powerbomb there by Bennett, and Umaga and Hennig now inside the ring. Umaga hooking Kurt Hennig into the Tree of Woe. Oh, Hennig catching Umaga with the knee in the face. Into a Russian leg sweep on Umaga. Now the Saito no. Perfect rolled the suplex through into a crossbody, and Ziggler and Umaga down the outside. Ziggler's now back up on his feet, slides into the ring. Umaga still down the outside though. These three guys have to take their chances while they can. I don't think Umaga's gonna be grounded for too long. Elbow in the face there by Ziggler. Oh, went for the drop kick, and Umaga completely avoids it. Now Ziggler taking Umaga up into the Saito suplex once again. Ziggler dropping an elbow straight into the chest of Umaga, and a second one as well, and a third elbow. But Bennett's back in the ring. Bennett with a big ace crusher on Dolph Ziggler out of nowhere. There's the pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Ziggler was there to break it up just in time. Hennig sending Bennett to the outside. Boot in the back of the leg there by Umaga. Into a pin. 1, 2. And Kurt Hennig breaks it up. Now, Mike Bennett is somebody I really don't think is going to be in the new game. There's a very slim chance Mike Bennett might be able to make DLC, but I think he debuted too late for that as well, to be honest. I think, yeah, I think things are definitely going in. I definitely don't think he's going to be part of the game, is he? It's a shame. It means we'll have to use a core to download him, and possibly Maria Kanellis as well, of course. Ziggler up top now, looking for the Super X Factor. I thought he was going to go Frankenstein over there, but for a second, but Super X Factor it was. Ziggler to the outside. I think he's trying to get a weapon, but of course Kurt Hennig is there in the way. Ziggler now underneath the ring. Ziggler trying to pull out a table, but Hennig just catches him with a punch in the back, and now see Umaga slide in the ring. Mike Bennett just doing whatever he can to avoid Umaga here. Mike Bennett really trying to avoid Umaga, and it's worked for him. Oh no, he decided to come in the ring thinking that Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig was going to help him out, but he doesn't. Umaga now ducking the clothesline, follows a massive, oh, brutal clothesline on Mike Bennett. And now Hennig drops outside the ring. He wants nothing to do with this situation as well. And Umaga, though, just staring down at Mike Bennett, not actually going for the pin. Hennig brought a kendo stick into the ring, but not done anything with it. And now Bennett's in the ring on his own, flat on his back, out. While Umaga and Ziggler fighting on the outside now. Oh, snap suplex. Trip there by Umaga. On Ziggler now. Mike Bennett joined him on the outside now as well. Umaga taking Perfect up into a suplex. Oh, big right hand there by Mike Bennett now. Perfect sending Umaga into the ring. There's the elbow across the face by Perfect. As Bennett just sending Ziggler straight into the ring steps. Mr. Perfect, again, another issue with this game. People trying to get in the ring with weapons. They just end up walking into the ring over and over again, like moonwalking into the ring, and they just don't seem to have the ability to actually get in the ring. So that's another thing that hopefully they have fixed in the new game. Ziggler looking for the neck breaker, but it's been avoided. Mike Bennett taking Ziggler up into a package pile driver. There's the pin. Oh, just as well there, Ziggler kicking out because Hennig and Umaga were completely unable to, for some reason, break those. They were just walking around it rather than trying to break the pin up. Russian leg sweep by Umaga. Now Umaga sending Bennett over the ropes, fighting him down as well. And Umaga, instead of continuing into the ring to stay on and fight against Dolph Ziggler, try and get him pinned, he decided to go outside the ring and follow Mike Bennett, which is an interesting idea. I think I don't know, I think Umaga might be letting his emotions get the best of his he's, like I said, he's a big brutish man. Technique and stuff like that might not be his strong point, whereas Bennett knows he needs to get Ziggler back in the ring as soon as he can, booting the side of the head of Ziggler. Bennett now looking to lock in a sharp shooter on Ziggler. Rolls him over. There it is. Is Ziggler going to tap? Hennig is there. What are you doing? What is this AI all about, man? What on earth is this freaking AI all about? Finally. Hennig just walked around him. Oh my god. You've got to wonder sometimes, haven't you? And there you go, just to finish it on immensely bad AI, Dolph Ziggler stands there and watches Mr. Perfect get the victory. But Mr. Perfect, Kurt Hennig, is going on to Shabby Mania to face off against Samoa Joe for the United States Championship. The last couple of minutes of that match were absolutely diabolical, and come on 2K18, just you can't come soon enough, you really can't. There's a really loud motorbike goes past, I apologise for that. So, we now have a victory. We know who is going to be in that television the United States Championship match at Shabby Mania. But we need to know who the fourth man inside that Elimination Chamber is going to be. And we're going to find out right now in tonight's main event, with two of my favourite wrestlers in the whole world collide here live on Throwdown. So it's time for that main event of the evening. Luke Harper, the former United States Champion, takes on Zack Sabre Jr., the former Throwdown Champion. But there's only one space left in the Elimination Chamber for one of these two guys, and which one of these two guys is going to take it? Like I said, two of my favourite wrestlers in the entire world at this point in time. I feel so bad for Luke Harper in the way that he's utilised. I think Luke Harper, if he left WWE, Luke Harper would be someone that would be an absolute hit straight away within New Japan, I think, and Ring of Honor. I think he would have a guaranteed walk into another job situation, and he'd do so well in the indie scene. But I really hope he doesn't, because I'm such a big Luke Harper fan. But why isn't Vince? It's like, the one time Vince doesn't push a big man, he decides not to push a big man who's actually talented. Like, they're pushing Big Cass on Raw, who's about as talented as my left testicle. And Luke Harper is just such a great wrestler. And for some reason, he just doesn't get the chance to show it as much as he should do, really. It's quite annoying, it really is. And at least here in SWE, he's getting the run that he deserves. He's getting the chance he deserves. But there you go. That was just me getting annoyed and going on a rant again. And telling people about how talented my left testicle is. I hope it doesn't get my video taken off of YouTube now because I said the word testicle in it. Hoping not. I'm hoping not. So here we go. Zack Sabre Jr., the former Throwdown champion, of course lost his belt in a cage match against Roman Reigns at the previous pay-per-view. It's an annoying one, really, isn't it? Because I was convinced with the rating different as well. Like Zack's like 8 or 9, even 10 ratings higher than what Roman Reigns is, but still Reigns was able to pick up the victory. I think he built up enough momentum over the month to really just push it on the pay-per-view. And of course, I don't think cage matches AI versus AI work very well. I think there's a massive problem on this game with balancing people being grounded. I think that's what it is. That's why we had so many problems with the ladder matches recently, because people can take a massive move and be back up on their feet within about 5-10 seconds, whereas I think in some cases they should stay down for longer. I don't know, it's a tricky one. It really is a tricky one. I think that people do need to have, in certain match types it needs to be different. Like in a cage match is a little bit different, I suppose, because the escape is so easy. I don't know, it's a tricky one, isn't it? It's a tricky one, but I think in ladder matches, especially multi-man ladder matches, people need to be grounded for longer for it to make sense. There you go. Harper taking an early control over this match. Of course, already inside the Elimination Chamber at Shabby Mania is going to, of course, be the champion Roman Reigns. We've got the winner of the Royal Rumble from a few weeks ago, Andre the Giant, believe it or not. And of course, last week we saw the Undertaker defeat his brother Kane to qualify as well. So Roman Reigns, Andre the Giant, and the Undertaker currently in there. If Luke Harper makes his way in there, that's 4 big guys already inside that. Inside there. That is interesting, isn't it? The big difference. Of course, next week we've got a massive one next week. Shawn Michaels versus Austin Aries. Now that is going to be amazing. And then finally, for the final place, it's going to be CM Punk versus Bret Hart. So really are going to have some real cool stuff. Some real cool people inside that match as Zack Sabre Jr. now turns it around. Zack now wrenching back at the arm. Stamping on that arm. Harper taking Zack Sabre Jr. down. Harper now gets around, gets around Zack, but Zack fighting back, catching Harper in the knee. And a German suplex once again by Zack on Harper. Fold him half, and Zack now locking in that Gargano escape style submission. But Harper able to break free. Harper catching Zack, taking him up into a sit-out powerbomb. Wow. Big maneuver there. Nice gut-wrench suplex. by Harper now, just pinching the shoulder. But Zack able to fight back. He just keeps having that little bit extra, Zack. He's able to trip someone over and just catch him unawares. There he is, locking in the armbar. But he hasn't quite got enough of Harper's arm. I think Harper, being a big man, is able to use his strength not to give the whole arm there to Harper. To Zack, sorry, should I say. But Zack straight when I send Harper over the top. Zack going to follow Harper out there. Zack bringing Harper back up to his feet, but Harper fighting back, right hand in the gut. Taking Zack up into a sit-out scoop slam on the outside. Now, if this was a double counter, I don't know what I'd do in this situation, to be honest. I don't honestly know. It's Harper just sending Zack face first off the ring post in real aggressive fashion. Harper fighting back. Big boot to the side of the head. Harper now back in the ring, and Harper in control. Oh no. As we said, he's in control as Zack taking Harper down. Zack just clotheslines Luke Harper over the top, and what does he have planned here? Zack lining Luke Harper up. Went for the dive, and Harper caught him out with that right hand. Luke Harper back in the ring, bringing Zack up to his feet. Oh, brutal big boot. Almost took him down with that. 1, 2, and 3, and Luke Harper defeats Zack Sabre Jr. and Luke Harper is going on to Shabby Mania to be part of that 6-man Elimination Chamber for the Throwdown Championship. It was incredible, that was. Absolutely incredible. What a win by Luke Harper. That big boot was brutal. Really, really brutal. Must have just knocked Zack straight out. And Zack, it's been a poor run for him. He was doing so well for so long, and then it's just seems to have dropped down a little bit for him. It really does, but Luke Harper's taken full advantage, and Harper, former United States champion, wants to take it one step higher now in SWE and capture his first brand championship. Well guys, that's all for tonight's episode of Throwdown. I hope you have enjoyed it. I apologise for being a bit salty as normal. This game is just frustrating me now. It really, really is. It's really starting to get on my tits here and there. So it was good. It was a good show in the end. And I'm looking forward to Shabby Mania actually, because it's going to be one hell of an Elimination Chamber. And of course, we've still got 2 men to put in there. Of course, like I said, next week Shawn Michaels versus Austin Aries, our main event, to get that 5th person in the match. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon for our next episode of SWE. Bye.